When we finished up last time, we had this HTML, we had this CSS, and we ended up printing out this. And you can see that we have the difference between this and other ones. We're using a ID rather than using a file name for our navigation. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and get some files. So we have sandwich content, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that. It's going to go down into my system tray, and then I'm going to go ahead and open it. All right, and then I want to extract it all. And I don't want to go to my download folder. I want to go into my assignment 5 folder. So assignment 5, and I'm going to select that folder and extract. I don't want to go into my sandwich folder because I need to move those files separately. Boom. All right, so it opened up something else. We don't need that. And let's see, here we go. Student file, let's see, I think I got this already open somewhere. I do not, so let's get rid of that. And 162, assignment 5. And now we have this content here. And if I open up that content, here it is. So I want to grab this file. I'm going to copy it by right mouse clicking on it and copying it. And then I'm going to go into my sandwich folder, which already has index and styles, and paste it in. I like copying and pasting rather than dragging and dropping because sometimes that moves it, then you don't have the original. I want to keep the original content because this way I can always go back to it if I need to. Now these sandwich pictures here, I don't want to copy and paste this into my sandwich file. I want to take the pictures out of this. So I'm going to double click on it. This is what I want to copy in, not that sandwich picture folder. It's cooks, sandwiches, logo, storefront. So I'm going to hold down my left mouse button and drag up. That's going to select all these and thinking, then I'm going to right mouse click and copy again, and then go into assignment 5, into sandwich, into images, which we don't have anything in there right now. And then I'm just going to paste in those files. Now I have everything I need for my project. And if I open up Sublime Text now, you can see that there's my content, and there's my images, there's cooks, there's sandwiches. So we're okay. We're ready to go ahead and start doing some HTML. So remember before we always used main. Well, nav is going to actually be outside of main. So underneath nav is where we have to type our main in. And inside of main, I'm going to have a header. And then inside of header, I'm going to have an article. And inside the article, I'm going to have an H1. And that's going to say Trident sandwich shop. You should do the same thing. You should be pretty easy to copy and paste. I don't make it so that you can't do it, but you really learn a lot more by typing. So we have an H2. This one I want to give emphasis to, so it's going to be like italics. And I wonder if I have that in the content. Let's see. I do not. All right, so let's see. There we go. Should have put that in the content. Man. There's no better place. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a BR tag here to break it. No better place. Actually, probably not. Shouldn't be there. Let's just go ahead and not put the BR in for now. There is no better place in the low country to find delicious sandwiches at such a great price. Exclamation point. All right, phew. That was a lot there. All right, and then we also have a picture. So we're going to do figure. Inside figure is going to be an image, and that image is going to be this one here, logo.jpg. So remember, we have to put images because that's the folder it's in, logo.jpg. And then we're going to have an alt tag, and this is going to be Trident Sandwich logo. Okay, so that's good. Okay, now underneath the header, we're going to have a bunch of sections. That's where we're going to use our ID. So if I do section, now we want to make this an ID of sandwiches. No, ID of about. So I'm going to do hash about and then tab and see it put the ID in there for me. And then in there is just going to be an H2, and this is just a placeholder. And this is going to be about sandwiches. And then we're going to do it again. And it'll be section and then hash. No, that's not about sandwiches, is it? Oh, about section. Let's say it didn't make any sense. Section. All right. And then section hash sandwiches. And actually, probably best off to make sure we don't make a mistake is to go ahead and copy that. Control C. Control V. And then tab. And now I have that other one, H2. And I don't know why it sometimes doesn't do that when I press tab, but sometimes it does. And this is going to be the sandwich section. All right, and then I'll move down. And my next section, I'll do section. And then I'll come up here and copy hash crew, Control C. I would say that one of the most of the questions I get with things not working out is that students didn't copy and paste, they typed and then made a type like a capital C, and then things didn't work. So make sure you do your copying and pasting. And I did it again. And this is the crew section. And then last one is section. Control C, Control V, and then H2. And contact section. Again, I didn't capitalize everything, but that's just a holder for there. And then the last thing we have before we leave is footer. And the footer has an H2. Footer section. So we wasted some time putting all this stuff in here, but I really just want to get the basic architecture, and then we'll slowly build the rest of this as we go. So let's do file and save all. And let's go ahead. Oops, not there. And let's go here and no, no. All right, where is, there it is. And I'll refresh. Boom. So that's what we wanted to have. So we have all these H2s and H1 and H2, and then we have our picture. So this is the basic start of our website. I remember I put the yellow background. We're not going to have a yellow background. We're going to have a blue background. But if I put blue, then you wouldn't be able to see any of these hyperlinks. So I figured I'd go ahead and put that on there. So we haven't started styling yet. So that's it for this lesson. And then we'll go ahead and bang out some more in the next lesson.